Hola, amigos. um, so I guess I just want to talk about relationships. And this is my third video today, but why not? So lately I've been feeling like a lot of the relationships in my life point towards certain aspects of myself that's been making me really uncomfortable. And I say that because, I mean, most of the time when you're in a relationship with, not like intimate or anything, just relationships in general, when you're in a relationship with another human being, you often see a lot of negativity in them. And let's say someone's being manipulative or overly sarcastic or something like that, and it disturbs you, and you immediately think, well, I need to cut these people from my life. And all relationships are karmic lessons, really. Every being that enters into your life it's like a contract. It's a soul contract. You're supposed to be there to see yourself within, see the hypocrisy within yourself, and you're supposed to learn to love yourself for that and them, regardless of anything. But I'm finding that I go through these cycles that I have these relationships where people treat me not so nice, and I'll tell another person, and they'll immediately say, cut them out from your life. And yes, that's a reasonable and normal way to do it, but I don't think that solves anything, because these people keep coming in my life. No matter how much I avoid or just distinguish a relationship like that, you don't learn the lesson, really. So every single time I'm giving advice or I'm trying to help myself, I always ask, what am I doing that also reflects this kind of anger within me? So if someone is using me and I'm crying out to the universe going, why am I being used? Why? All of that. I'll sit down with myself and say, how am I using others? And really, I find that's the only way to work through or heal situations. And to blame an external force for mistreating you is a delusion, because you are the one allowing for it, really. I can say, though, there is an exception with children. When you are born into a circumstance that's really nasty and just yucky, I don't think that, in this incarnation at least, they're willingly choosing those things because they're born into it. But that's a little different. But I can even go deeper into that, and that could just be karma. And for what reason? No, it's not because you're being punished all the time. Maybe it's just so that you can learn how to love unconditionally. So whatever you experience, it's for your benefit. For your benefit, no matter how painful it is. And if you're in a relationship and someone really is treating you or objectifying you or saying things that really aren't positive to you and exerting such negativity on you, be real with yourself and say, do I do that to myself? And if you do, you're attracting that. And on some level, you desire that. So abusive relationships, verbally, physically, any kind of abusive relationship, really, It's the tacky quote, like, you receive the love you think you deserve, or whatever that saying is. And it's true. It's like this subliminal thing where you don't want others to see that you're abusing yourself, so you attach on to others who will do it for you so that you can be the poor victim, and so that others can feel bad for you, and it doesn't work that way. Like, it's just, that's not going to bring you anywhere. I don't know where this is coming from, and I feel like this is not like my normal videos, but yeah, I just felt like a lot of my relationships are caving in on me, and I need to really step back and see myself in all of it and ask myself, what am I doing to allow for this? Am I loving myself fully? Because if I were loving myself fully, maybe this wouldn't even be happening. Maybe I would have never chosen this from the beginning. If you have somebody saying that you're not good enough, and they always cling to the past, and how they wish you were the same person in the past, ask yourself, do I think I'm good enough for me? Do I like who I was before more than I am now? Am I content with who I've progressed to be? And if you can't say yes, then you know where the problem lies. So you need to stop blaming and asking the external world why these things are happening to you, why you're not finding love that is true, and love that lasts, and love that doesn't objectify. Because if you do that to yourself, then I have a feeling this video is not recording. Let me check. Oh yeah, it's recording. Woo! Okay, sorry. just geeking out right now. Yeah. So relationships, it is the biggest, most grand way of breaking your ego down and completely seeing the mirror in front of you. I've done a lot of self-work, a lot of solitude, a lot of inner stuff, but my challenge has always been the external, and it's because that's the heaviest stuff. It really is sometimes. To see the ugliness in the external world, and to see it's just you splashed and splattered on everything else. And it doesn't necessarily have to be ugly. It's just your ill perception of yourself. But it all goes hand in hand. If you see violence, objectifying relationships, if you see really anything with a negative energy behind it, you first have to see and ask yourself, if you do that, but then also past that, you have to understand on a karmic level that this is just here to really, really get you to dive into the concept of unconditional love. If you can't love your enemy, and if you can't love Hitler, and you can't love really, really nasty things, then you're probably not ready to receive the transcendence kind of love where you become everything and unify with everything. If you can't love everything, how are you going to become one with it? Yeah. Unity is literally coming to terms with the fact that you are everything. And if you are everything, you love everything. And the hate and the violence is all a part of the love. So I guess that's something that you really just have to try to experience with your higher self, because it's a really nasty way to have to look at things. And when I say it to people, I'm very cautious when I talk about things like this, because I can see how it can be a really scary and offensive thing to talk about. But abuse and violence and all of that, it's honestly just ways that force us to love that much more. When you're hurt, it forces you to love yourself and others that much more. And if you do the reverse of that and you revert within and you get angry and jealous and all of those very attached type of emotions and feelings, then you're probably just going to create a lot more of that and attract a lot more of that into your life. It's you resisting. So the less you resist, the more easy and fluent and compassionate relationships you will receive. It's all the same thing. If you can't love yourself, you're never going to allow someone to fully love you, and they can't ever fully love you. I feel like I can go on and on and on about this, but yeah, I think I'll just share that for now. And I have to babysit tonight, and I'm really excited to see the kids, but I'm also just very tired and afraid of the things that all of these obligations I have to complete before I go to Argentina, and it's getting to me. It's a lot of stuff, and I know I just have to have faith and know that everything's gonna go smoothly if I want it to, and if it doesn't, I'll still make it through. But yeah, love yourself so that others can love you, and vice versa. And try to see with a very open and understanding point of view. Like a spiritual, I guess you can say spiritual point of view. Yeah, you just have to ask yourself why you're experiencing what you're experiencing and if you're contributing to that. Because most of the time, it all roots from you. So it all stems from your own insecurities and your own problems. Everything is just a mirror. This entire universe that you have created, that I have created, is a mirror. Every direction I turn, the 360 degrees, it's a mirror. And as soon as I can find contentment and peace and stop blaming and see things for what they are, then I can move forward. I can break that mirror and ascend beyond that. Or I might just realize that that's it, because it is it. All things are eternal. Okay, that's another tangent. We'll leave that for another video. And you know what? Okay. I've been getting such amazing comments sometimes. Like, yeah, actually a lot of the times on my videos, and it's so sweet. Thank you guys. But I'm also getting like really mean comments and like, or like comments that like people are like, oh, you have a psychological disorder and like you're insane, and I'm just like, I know. But not really. Yeah, we're all insane. Crazy knows crazy. So there you go. Anyways, yeah, that's another relationship thing. You're calling me crazy? Well, maybe you're just seeing yourself too. I'm not saying I'm not crazy, but I'm saying that you might be crazy too. Okay, peace out. Thanks for listening to my weirdness and like not judging me. I appreciate it.